So in the last class, we are discussing about the data visualization and the last stage of data analytics project. So here in the data analytics project, we are doing everything using the Python. So here in the Python project, we have loaded directly the data from the Excel sheet, and we have done the data cleaning in the Python, and also we have done the data pre-processing. What are the analysis is there? That one also we have done in the Python, and finally we are doing the presentation in the Python. Out of which initially we have completed some uh, one project we have selected, and based on this project, whatever we have done. So here analysis will be done by using the pandas along with the plots. Already in the plots, what are the plots we have discussed is first one is called as histogram, second one is box plot, and followed by, yeah, 1 minute. Online students, could you please confirm? Is my voice is loud and clear? Online students, it is clear only, right? Okay, done. Next, we have discussed about the scatter plot. Within the scatter plot, again, I have told you three variables also you can use. That is two with respect to continuous variable, and one should be the categorical variable, so that it is going to separate into two groups. And for two groups, two scatter plots will be separated, and two scatter plots will be presented in the same scatter plot in one shot. Okay. Scatter plot we can use by using the scatter plot, SNS dot scatter plot. What is the difference between the PLT versus SNS? Means in the SNS histogram is there, in the PLT also histogram is there. PLT dot hist, here PLT dot hist plot. PLT dot box, SNS dot box plot. PLT dot scatter, SNS dot scatter plot. So for everything you have to add plot word. Okay. And SNS dot rel plot. What is meant by rel plot? Rel plot means it is called as a relative plot, which is again scatter plot only. Only difference between this scatter plot versus this scatter plot is, for example, if I'm considering total bill tip and the third category, what are the third category? Categorical variable is there. That categorical variable I have to write in the hue is equal to. So here, what are the hue is equal to is there? The same thing I'm going to represent here also. Hue is equal to, but only difference here I'm writing SNS dot scatter plot. Here I'm going to write SNS dot rel plot. Now what is the difference you are going to observe is it is also scatter plot. Only difference is here what are the legend is there. The legend will be inside the box. Here the legend will come outside the box. So somewhat the better size of the diagram. That is the only difference. So wherever you have to use the scatter plot, always better to go with the SNS dot rel plot. Okay. Now, if you go with the same way, I'm going to use the rel plot, and within the rel plot, now I'm having in terms of different gender. What are the gender I'm having? Different gender. Instead of having the different genders in the same one, I want separately. Two scatter plots I want separately. Miss, then I have to use the keyword called as call. In the same one, you want two different colors, miss hue is equal to. Separately you want miss call is equal to. Okay, what is the difference between the argument hue is equal to versus argument call is equal to? Means what are the categories are there? Those categories will be represented in the single scatter plot with different colors. Hue means different groups, different colors. Different colors for each group in a single scatter plot. In a single scatter plot, that is hue. What is call? Call means in terms of multiple scatter plots. For each group, separate scatter plot. For each group, separate scatter plot. For each group, separate scatter plot is call. You want both of them in the single one with the two different colors, or you want separately. That is the one. Okay. Now, sir, for example, if I take here day, now how many days are there? How many different days are there? 4 different days: Saturday, Sunday, Thursday, Friday, 4 days. So you're going to get 4 different scatter plots for each day separately. First, group wise, the data was separated. In the each group, it is applying the scatter plot between the total bill versus tip amount. So what is the backend code of this one? What is the backend code means? So first it is going to separate the Sunday. df of day is equal to Sunday. First it is separating the Sunday data. And what are the Sunday data you are having? In that you are having the all the columns, but only the data will be in terms of Sunday records. So here total bill will be there, tip also will be there, along with the gender, along with that day wise, time wise, size, all these things will be common. Now, whichever the Sunday record is there, within the Sunday record, you are going to take the total bill versus tip amount and you are going to draw the scatter plot. And similarly, you are taking the Saturday. Saturday is equal to, you are separating all the records of Saturday, which are Saturday's record. And all the Saturday records, once it is separated, you are going to create a separate scatter plot like this. For the Sunday records, you are going to Saturday records separate scatter plot between the total bill versus tip amount. Only Saturday also you'll get again data frame now, complete data frame now. All the columns will be there. But this time only the difference is day wise, only Saturday will be there. All the records of Saturday will be there. But total bill will be there, tip will be there, again everything will be there. So you are going to get the 4 scatter plots like this. You want the 4 different scatter plots, or you want in the single scatter plot all the 4 different colors. If you want all the 4 of them with the different colors, means what we write, we have to write hue is equal to. Then you are going to get in the single scatter plot with 4 different colors. Separately if you want, means call is equal to. Now, okay sir, call is equal to day wise you have taken. Now my question is, that call or hue, that should be a categorical variable, discrete variable. It can be categorical variable or count variable, but it should be discrete. 100% it should be discrete only. Now, one more discrete variable we'll try. What is that discrete variable is, instead of this time or all these things, we are having the size, means total number of members. Size column is there now. What is the size means? 1 people, 2 people, 3, 4, like that. Total how many are there? 6. 1 to 6. Okay. I told you after today's remember what project we have done, you will forget. Do you remember that one? While I explaining that project, I told that now you'll remember each and everything, what are the internal values are there and what are the categories are there. But after today's, you'll forget everything I told you. So that is the reason we'll write everything in the notes. What are the observations we are making from the each cell? We will write everything in the notes. And before starting the project, once we'll revise our notes and then we'll sit in the project. Because we are the human beings, there is a chances of forgetting. So first we have to write everything, the data exploration in our notes. And after exploring our data, again, we have to come back and we have to see. Then what are the values, internal values are there that we can remember, right? So if I'm working in my company, means 100% I will go through my data exploration notes. What are the previous notes is there? That one I will go through, then only I will do. And some of the, yesterday, one of the student has asked me the question. What are the question is there? Question is, sir, what are the work you are going to do in the company? Can we come and see in your company what are the present work is going on, or how the work will be going on or something? So for that, you don't need to come to my company only. So even in the class also, I'll explain. So what are the projects we are working as of now, and what is the different teams and how they are working, everything I'll explain in the class itself. Okay, one day, not today, but some other day, I will explain. Okay, that is the point number 1. So just before to that, just go through whenever you want to work on any project, first go through the data exploration, whatever you have written in the notes. And after that, open the project. Now, here while size, what is the different sizes we are having is size of 1, size of 2, size of 3, 4, 5, 6, like this. So instead of sizes of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so now see, Total 6 different sizes, 6 scatter plots. Sir, these scatter plots are not visible, sir. Okay. Now, not only for you, it is not even visible for me. Then what I have to do is, here there is one more keyword called as call wrap. When you have to use this call wrap means when you are having the multiple plots. Multiple plots are there. Call wrap is equal to 2. What is the meaning of call wrap means? Here total 6 plots are there. Na? 6 plots I am going to divide into 2 columns. 2 columns means how many rows will come automatically? 3 rows. 3 rows with 2 columns, and total 6 plots you are going to get like this. Now visibility will be very clear. Is the point is clear? Here, for example, let us go with this one. Okay, here I'm writing call is equal to day wise. How many days are there? 4 days are there. Now I'm going to get the 4 scatter plots side by side with small one. I want somewhat bigger one. Okay, now for that what I'm going to do? Call wrap. Call underscore wrap is equal to means all the subplots. These are called as subplot 1, subplot 2, subplot 3, subplot 4. By default, it is going to take one row with how many categories are there? That many categories. But it is keeping all of them in the one row only. For example, in the day, how many categories are there? 4. So it is going to create a subplots of 1 by 4. One row with 4 columns. For example, for the size, how many categories are there in the size means 6. So it is creating subplots of 1 comma 6. 1 comma 6 means one row with 6 columns. Okay, how many categories are there? That many categories it is considering, but one row only it is taking by default. So what I'm going to do here, it should not consider by default one row. It has to consider multiple rows. Now here total 4 plots are there. 4 plots in what way you want? In terms of it is already in the 1 by 4. It is in the 1 by 4. Either you can get in the 4 columns, already it is in the 4 columns, or you can write it here 2 columns, or you can write here 1 column. If you write in 1 column, what happens? 4 rows will be created. 4 different rows will be created with 1 column. Means in one column only all the values, all the subplots will be available. 1 by 1 by 1, you can see like this. Or simply, sir, 2 by 2 is nice, sir. 2 by 2 will be looking good for you, miss. Write here 2. So that it will create in the 2 columns. Is the point is clear, guys? Sir, for example, if I write here 3 columns, what happens? If I write here 3 columns means, so 3 columns, 1, 2, 3, 3 columns, fourth one here, this 2 will not be available. That's it. Okay. Is the point is clear? Some of the students might ask a question, sir, if categories are even number, then number of rows and number of columns will be easy. But for example, if you are having the 7 categories, in that case, 7 categories means by default, it is going to take one row with the 7 columns. Now, how you are going to divide means just you take with respect to 2 comma 4. 2 comma 4 means 8 will come. But 7 categories are there, no, sir. First 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7th one will be filled. 8th one will be missing. Gap will be left. Okay. 2 comma 4 comma 1 will be completed. 2 comma 4 comma 2 will be completed. Like that 2 comma 4 comma 7 will be completed. 2 comma 4 comma 8 will be left. 8th category is not there. Simple. Is the point is clear, guys? So like this, you are going to write the call wrap and call. Both are clear now? Now, next one is line plot. Next plot is line plot. What are the 4 plots we have discussed in the matplotlib? In the same order I am explaining for you. Now in this line plot, for line plot I have told you one condition. What is that condition is? On the x-axis the data should be in the sequential order. So now we are going to consider the x-axis in the sequential order. And after considering the x-axis in the sequential order, then only you can apply the line plot. For line plot, we are going to use rel plot only. Only difference is kind is equal to line. If you don't write kind is equal to line, by default it will take scatter. When you have written the kind is equal to line, the scatter plot will be added with the line plot. Means what are the points are there? The points will be attached to each other in the sequential order. Okay, always make sure that your x-axis is in the sequential data. Generally, x-axis sequential data will be applicable only for time series. Generally, other than time series, none of the columns will be in the sequential order, like roll number. Roll number will be in the sequential order, but there will be no use of roll number or serial number, because we are not going to analyze anything in that column. So simply we'll delete that one. Sir, what is the advantage of roll number or anything miss? If you want to use as a primary key, it will be used in the SQL, roll number. But within the analysis, during the analysis, there is no use. For extracting the data, we are going to use the roll numbers or something. For example, in this class, I want the details of one of the student. I'm going to ask, what is your roll number? And based on the roll number, I'm going to extract the entire data, either roll number wise or name wise. There is a chance of name repeated. In this class, only 2 persons might be with Kumar. So then what I'm going to do? I'm going to have with respect to roll number. Roll number cannot be repeated now. Is the point is clear? Now, next, just I have added the serial number. In order to show you the line plot, I have just created a new column called as serial number. Already you know how to create a serial number. And the right side, you are going to give the new one, that is pd.data frame. And left side, you are going to write the with respect to data frame of serial number, that is new column name. Right side value, left side key name, which is we have discussed in the pandas. Now df.drop. Drop means I'm going to drop. What are the column I have created only for temporary purpose? I'm deleting that one. Now next type of plot is called as joint plot, which is not available in the matplotlib. Okay, in the matplotlib, these plots are not available. These plots are available in the advanced visualization of Seaborn. Now, what are the joint plot you are having? So here, what is the joint plot means? It is a combination of scatter plot along with the histograms. Scatter plot with histograms. So in the scatter plot, 2 variables you are going to consider. X-axis one variable, y-axis one variable. Along with the x-axis, whatever you have considered, their histogram on the top. On y-axis, whatever the column you have considered, their histogram. 2 histograms. Okay, histogram 1 and histogram 2. Next one is called as Voylin plot. Now, what is meant by Voylin plot means it is a combination of box plot along with the density curve. Do you remember the density curve? KD plot. That KD plot along with the box plot. You are going to get the box plot along with the KD plot. Now, what is the advantage? So now, can you see the median? Median of which day the median is highest out of all of them? On which day the median is highest means on Sunday the median value is the highest. At the same time, minimum value, for which one the minimum value is the least means on Saturday the minimum value is the least. And what is the maximum value of total bill? That is this one, Sunday. Okay. Now, so you know what is box plot now? Minimum, maximum, median. Will not focus on the 25 percentile, 50 percentile. They are used only for calculating the outliers. 25 percentile with analysis, there will be no use. Okay, minimum values, maximum value. If anyone asks you, hey, what is the today's minimum total bill amount you got? What is the maximum amount of total bill you got? Or what is the average total amount you got? None of the person will ask, what is the Q1 value? None of the person will ask Q3 value. Q1, Q3, interquartile range, all these things are used for calculating the outliers. Okay. Now, here once we are having this one, that is whatever we are having, like minimum value, maximum value, and everything. And KDE plot, you know already KDE plot. KDE plot means where it is the kernel density estimation, density curve, or it is also called as probability curve. What amount of density lies, or what amount of proportion lies, or what amount of probability lies. Everything is same. Right? Sorry. Joint plot, for example, in your data set, that joint plot advantage, and you'll see here, just 1 minute. Okay, next plot only, that one only. Okay. Now here we are having this joint plot, and along with this Voylin plot, these both the plots are used by considering 2 variables. Can you see here? 2 variables. and here also I have considered two variables. So whichever the plots are considered by using the two variables, they are called as bivariate plots. Which plots are considered by using a single variable, they are called as univariate plots. For you are using more than two variables means they are called as multivariate plots. Now next we are moving on to the multivariate. The plots are multivariate means at a time we can use the multiple variables. In that, first plot is called as, most important plot is called as pair plot. Pair plot. Now, for example, what is this pair plot? What is this pair plot means? For example, you are having the continuous variables. Four continuous variables are there. C1, C2, C3 and C4. Four continuous variables are there, not discrete, only continuous. Separate the continuous variable. In the starting, we have separated the continuous variable, list of continuous variables. We have separated, right? That list you are going to provide here as the input. Now, for the list of continuous variables, do you remember the correlation matrix? What is correlation matrix means? It is going to, for four continuous variable, what is the matrix size? Correlation matrix size 4 by 4. For 4 columns, it is going to create 4 by 4. So it is going to create a matrix like this. C1, C2, C3, C4, C1, C2, C3, C4. And it is calculating the correlation between C1 versus C1, C1 versus C2, C1 versus C3, C1 versus C4, like that. Do you remember that correlation matrix? Similarly, here also in the pair plot, within the pair plot, so here total 4 continuous variables are there. So I'm going to create a 4 by 4 subplots. How many continuous variables are there? That many subplots. Number of rows, number of columns. You can't increase, you can't decrease. 4 means 4 by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 by 4 subplots. Out of which C1, C2, C3, C4, C1, C2, C3 and C4. And it should be applicable only on the continuous variable. You should not consider the discrete count also. Not discrete categorical, not even discrete count. It is purely continuous variable. Only continuous. Only continuous. Now, between the C1 and C1, since both of them are same variables, it is going to give the histogram. For the same variable, it will give the histogram. For two different variables, it will give the scatter plot. It will give the scatter plot for two different variables. Sir, now one y-axis, what will be considered means here whatever is there, this will be considered on the y-axis. That is C1 column will be considered on y-axis. Whatever this value will be there, this will be considered on the x-axis like this. Okay, C1 and C2 scatter plot. Next, it is going to take here. Now tell me guys, what you are going to get here? Either scatter plot or histogram. Only two options. Scatter plot. Scatter plot with on x-axis what? C3. On y-axis C1. What is this one? Scatter plot. What is on x-axis? C4. On y-axis C1. What is this? Again scatter plot. On x-axis what? C1. On x-axis C1. On y-axis C2. What is this one? Histogram of which variable? C2 variable. But histogram can be applied only on a single variable now, not by variable now. Of C2. Next, what is this? Scatter plot. Again this one, scatter plot. Again this one, scatter plot. Scatter plot. This is histogram. So diagonal values are going to be the histogram and remaining values will be the scatter plot. Different scatter plots. So multiple scatter plots, multiple histograms you can get in one shot by using the pair plot. Now, what is the difference between the pair plot versus joint plot? Your question now. Pair plot versus joint plot. Now, let us take an example of pair plot and joint plot. Now assume that two variables only is there, only two variables. There are only two variables. Exactly two variables are there. Now one one is going to be the, if two variables are there, how the pair plot will be there? Pair plot is going to be 2 by 2, out of which histogram, scatter plot, again histogram, right? Now for two variables, exactly for two variables, how the joint plot will be there? With one scatter plot and two histograms on the top and side. Like this you are going to get. Now when you are having the exactly two variables, in that case go with the joint plot, because scatter plot and two histograms will be completed. But when you are having more number of variables, three variables are there, can you apply the joint plot then? Then you can't get the third histogram now. At a time you can take only two. When you are having more than two continuous variables in your data set, go with the pair plot. If you are having exactly two continuous variables in your data set, joint plot also sufficient. That discrete variable now, that is separate. And if you want, see here by default, it will take the scatter plot along with the whatever the histograms are there. It is going to take by default in the pair plot. Particularly if you want the pie chart, or if you want that one, this one, like this, something, if you want, means then you are going to create your own subplots, subplot 1, subplot 2, subplot 3, like that. In that you can write whatever the plot you want. By default, it will take like this. Now, coming to particularly pair plot, why pair plot will take only histograms along with the scatter plots, means when you are having one single continuous variable, by default we'll see the how the data was distributed. Scatter plot and histogram both will tell the how the data was distributed. One will say that single variable how it is distributed. Second one will say that with respect to another variable how the one variable was distributed. So distribution between two variables, distribution between single variable. So now what are the histogram you are having here? This is distribution over a single variable. You can add the KDE also. Here if you add the KDE for the your histogram only, it will add the in this. KDE is equal to true, means in within the histogram it will add. Is the point is clear? So since I told you, just observe this one clearly here. Both of them are same variable, total bill, total bill. Since both of them are same variable, it is a single variable. For single variable, how to observe the distribution of the data of a continuous variable means histogram. In the interview, if they ask you, guys, I have given you the marks of the student, and I asked you how the data was distributed, which type of plot you will apply, miss. Sir, since the marks is a continuous variable and you told that marks only one subject marks, so I'm going to apply the histogram on that. Since marks is a continuous variable, if I give the gender and gender column, then what type of plot you are going to apply? In this case, miss, sir, I'm going to apply the count plot, because it is a categorical variable, and you just I'm going to have, if the interviewer has asked, guys, I have given you the one marks column along with the gender column, or along with the offline and online students. One column is marks, one student is offline and online, means in that particular column, what are the column you are having, the data will be either offline or online categories. In other case, it is going to be the marks, means some students of offline students marks, some online students marks, I'm going to share it to you. Maybe the student might be on online or offline, anything. One categorical variable is there, one continuous variable is there. What type of plot you are going to apply? Now, if they ask you this question, what is the answer you are going to say? You are going to apply the bar plot. So for different types of data, different types of plots, you have to understand the what type of variables are given to us. Is the marks are clear? Sorry, is the points are clear? Okay, everyone, right? So based on the data, what data they have given. For example, as the time changes, I want to observe how the sales are increasing or decreasing. I have given you the quarterly sales, not quarterly, monthly sales. Monthly sales, like that 12 month sales I have given. Which type of plot you are going to apply here? Line plot you are going to apply. January month followed by February, March, like that. And you are going to observe in the line plot. Now I have given you the multiple stores. You are working in the DMart, and in the DMart, Kukatpalli, Amirpet, Dishud Nagar, like this, multiple DMarts are available. Within Hyderabad, 10 DMarts are available. I have shared you the 10 DMarts, what are the values are there. Monthly sales of each DMart. That is, this is month, January month, February month, March, April, May, June, like this. And I'm giving the sales of branch 1, sales of branch 2, branch 3, branch 4. Like this, I have given you the 4 branches and the sales of each month. Now, which type of plot you are going to do for this, for comparison purpose? You are going to apply which type of plot? Line plot only with multiple line plots. First, you have to take the line plot between the January versus branch 1 and month versus branch 2, month versus branch 3, month versus branch 4. Line plot you have to apply where month will be on the x-axis common. PLT dot plot, month is on x-axis, branch 1 says on the y-axis. With that, one line plot will be completed. And you are going to have the multiple line plots and you are doing the comparison between them. Paid month na. If you apply the pair plot, what happens? For example, you write some numbers here. Okay, some numbers are there. Apply the pair plot without considering this column, right? Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, whatever it is. Now, here, whatever you are having, the first one you are going to get the histogram of the sales. How it will give the line chart? In the pair plot, only scatter and the histograms will get now. And that too, you don't want the line plot separately now for each branch. I want the comparison plot between the branches. Individually, if you go, you are checking means that is different. I want comparison. Right? These are going to be the interview questions. They are going to give the some scenarios and they'll ask in this scenario what you are going to do. For example, for you and 1030 batch, both of them we are conducting, we are going on a same track. They also completed statistics. They also completed core Python and SQL, everything, whatever is the common. And only difference is they are data science students. So they are not going to have in-depth of Power BI and Tableau, but you will have the in-depth of Power BI and Tableau. That is the difference between you and those students. Up to here, you both are common. The step number 5 only will be different. For you, analysis along with the presentation will be there. For them, machine learning will be there. For them, this will not be considered. Power BI only, for them 0. There is no use of that for data scientists. Okay. Now, till this today is common. Now I am going to take some sample. 20 students of 9 AM batch, 20 students of 10:30 AM batch. And now these marks are there. Marks of the 9 AM and marks of the 10:30 AM batch are there. Now I want to do the comparison. What I have to do? What I have to do? Here I have to apply the not plot. Apply the test. On our test we have to apply. We should not apply the plot. Because sample data, it is not sequential order. Randomly you have chosen some people. Randomly you are choosing some people here. How you can do the these plots? There you have to apply the ANOVA test and you have to say that whether their means are same or not. Here no plots will be there. Is the point is clear? That is the thing I am saying. Understand the question first. In the question, whatever the requirement is there, what exactly they are looking for, and according to that, we have to act. Is the points are clear, guys? Now, coming to this next one is called as heat map. Heat map means adding colors to the numbers. That numbers might be correlation matrix, that numbers might be anything. Just you are adding the colors to the numbers. See here, I'm going to create one data frame, sample purpose. This is data frame, just a data frame. For the data frame, I'm adding the heat map. SNS dot heat map. Heat map means giving the colors to the numbers. Now in this, whichever is the highest number, that will be given with the least color, light colors. Whichever is the least number, that will give with the dark colors. Just I'm adding the colors to the numbers. That is, what are the total 10 numbers are there now? For 10 numbers, I'm just adding the colors. Adding colors to the numbers is called as heat map. Out of which big number will have the least color, small numbers will have the dark colors. To identify the small colors only, we'll generally use this one. Identify the small numbers. Okay, where we'll use this one means, like example, correlation matrix. So in the correlation matrix, first I'm going to create a matrix like this. In the matrix, I'm going to apply the heat map. Now when you are having the multiple variables, 100 variables are there, 10 variables are there, then in that case, you are going to apply the heat map and you are going to identify for which one you are having the least and which one is having the highest. To identify the least, sir, why we have to identify the least one, sir? We can identify the highest one now. Why will identify the least one means, for our data set which is having the very low correlation, that particular variable will generally drop. Okay, which is having the low correlation, that particular variable or that particular column we are going to drop, because it is not having any relation means what is the use of that? When it is not having any kind of relation, what is the use of that? Simply we are going to drop that one. Is the point is clear? Now next one is for discrete variables. Now let's start for the discrete variables, starting with the first one called as count plot. Okay, so count plot is used for the single variable or multiple variables. It is a bivariate or univariate. It is a univariate. Pie chart and count plot, these two comes under univariate plots of the discrete variables. Okay, and count plot you are going to apply either horizontal wise or vertical wise. You want the categories on x-axis means you have to write x is equal to. If you write x is equal to, it is going to consider categories on x-axis. If you write y is equal to, it will consider categories on the y-axis. Okay, categories on x-axis, categories on y-axis. Right? Next one is we are going to apply the bar plots. Next one is bar plots, guys. Now here I'm going to apply the bar plot. X is equal to time, y is equal to total bill. Observe this one. This bar plot, it is a bivariate. In the bivariate, or it can be used as a multivariate. Okay, how the scatter plot is a bivariate along with the multivariate. If anyone asks you the scatter plot, it is a what type of plot means 90% it is a bivariate between two variables. When you are showing in the two by using the third variable, that is categorical variable, it is going to become the multivariate plot. Third variable should be the categorical variable. Then it can be used as even the multivariate plot. What are the scatter plot you are going to have? Right? Now, so here I'm going to use the bar plot. So SNS dot cat plot. I'm using the plot called as cat. Cat means categorical plot. Between the time versus total bill. Can you clearly observe x is equal to time? First tell me what are the categories of x-axis? Time. Time, what are the times you are having? Either dinner or lunch. So now, just I'm adding DF also here. Now guys, observe. First I'm going to consider in the x-axis time. That is dinner and lunch. Sir, why you write first dinner, sir? You can write even lunch also in alphabetical order. Nothing special. Okay. Now, dinner and lunch. Now, total bill. Y is equal to total bill. Total bill is a continuous variable. Now, in the first one, first record 16.99, whether it is a dinner or lunch, it is a dinner. So, wherever the 16.99 is there, keep one dot there. Keep one dot. Now, 10.34. Again, keep one dot for dinner. If it is lunch, let us take this as a lunch. Now 21.01 lunch. Now lunch means within the lunch, wherever the 21.1 is there, keep one dot. Like that, you are going to keep the dots. And this is the cat plot which you are going to get. Dots. Cat plot means by default, it gives the scatter. By default, scatter it will give. Now I don't want scatter. I want the bar plot. Then what we have to do means we have to write here kind is equal to bar. Then it is going to convert as a bar plot. Now how it is going to convert as a bar plot means first this is the bar plot followed by this is the bar plot. For each of them one bar plot. Now multiple bar plots will be attached to each other and you are going to get the output like this. Now what is the meaning of this black line? What is the meaning of this black line means it indicates that multiple bar plots are included in that. That black line is not there means it says that only one bar. That black line indicates multiple bars. Right? Now, here I'm going to take hue is equal to gender. Gender. Now, what is meant by hue is equal to gender? Now, gender, how many categories are there? Again, 2 categories are there. Again, within this, again, it is going to separate into 2 parts like this. Within the dinner, male and female. Within the lunch, male and female. Okay. If you don't write kind is equal to bar, if you want without kind is equal to bar, can you see colors? 2 different colors. Now, so hue means colors. Adding that for each group, one color is called as hue. And you are going to write here kind is equal to bar. For example, without using the kind is equal to, hue is equal to. Now here, how many variables are considered? 2 variables or single variable? 2 variables or single variable? 2 variables. What are the 2 variables? Time and total bill. Now, if you are using the third one, for example, if you are using the third one, that is hue is equal to, you are using the hue also. Now, total then, how many are you are going to use? How many? Total, how many columns you are using? 3 columns. Now, in this case, it is called as multivariate plot. Bar plot can be a bivariate plot. Bar plot can be a multivariate. Is the point is clear? Now it is a stacked or unstacked? It is a unstacked. Is the point is clear? Now here you can write, can you observe clearly this code and this code? Observe these 2 codes clearly. SNS dot cat plot x is equal to df of time. Instead of writing df of time, I have written only time. Y is equal to df of total bill. I have written total bill. And kind is equal to bar. Hue is equal to gender. But data is equal to df. So instead of writing for everything df of like this, directly you can write the column names. Simply you can write data is equal to df. Now the question is, sir, why we have to write data is equal to df? Automatically it is data frame only now, sir. See, here in your Jupyter notebook, assume you have loaded 2 Jupyter notebooks, 2 different Excel sheets, df1 and second one is df2. df2, 2 are there. In the df1, there is a column called as time along with the total bill and gender. In this also df2 total bill is there, time is there, gender is there. In this also it is available. This is a restaurant 1, this is a restaurant 2, and you want to do the comparison analysis of the 2 restaurants. Okay, you have loaded the 2 different restaurants. Now you are applying the sns.catplot between the time total bill. You are not writing data is equal to, just you are writing kind is equal to hue is equal to. For which data frame it has to apply? DF1 or DF2? There is a possibility now. In your Jupyter notebook, you can load the multiple Excel sheets. It is not compulsory you have to load one Excel sheet only now. You can load the multiple Excel sheets. So what are the multiple Excel sheets you are going to load? That all of them. So clearly we are writing here data is equal to, for which data frame we are working. Data is equal to DF. Now can you see here? You are going to get the same answer. No difference in the answer. Earlier, what are the answer you have got? Same answer as it is. Just only difference is, instead of writing DF of time, DF of total bill, DF of gender, instead of writing like this, you are writing the column names and data is equal to DF. Right? Next, cat plot. Now tell me guys, X is equal to time, Y is equal to total bill, kind is equal to bar, hue is equal to size. Now tell me, hue is equal to size means in the size, how many different sizes are there? 6 different sizes are there. Now within the time, 6 you are going to get 6 different colors. Size of 0, size of 1, size of 2, size of 3, size of 4, 5 and 6. Here you are having the hue is equal to only 2 categories, only 2 colors you have got. But here you are going to get 6 different colors. For dinner 6 different colors, for this one also 6 different colors. Now if you observe clearly, here black line is not there. Can you tell me what is the reason here black line is not there? For everything black lines are available. For this one black line is not there. Why? Because only one value will be there. Let us cross check. So let's ask this one. This is a time with a size of 5 now. So how to check that one? DF of time is equal to lunch. This is one condition. Condition number 1. And what is the condition number 2? DF of size is equal to 5, equal to 5. Let's cross check how many records are there. Can you see? Only one record is there. So that is the reason there is no black line. That black line indicates multiple records. The reason is clear? Everyone? Now, as one of the students in online is asking one question. Sir, Mr. Ray, sir, it is, but if we have uploaded one data set, then it can be possible that to ignore data is equal to DF. No. If you have uploaded even one data set also, there is a possibility of multiple data sets now. How the Python knows that, how the SNS knows that you have uploaded only one data set or 2 data sets in your Jupyter notebook? How it can know? How it can know that you have uploaded only 1 or 2? So we have to write from our end, data is equal to, if you are writing only the column names means, then 100% you have to use the data is equal to. Is the points are clear? Now coming to the last, sns.catplot, X is equal to time, Y is equal to total bill, same. Okay, X is equal to this one only. X is equal to time, Y is equal to this one. Let's keep these both side by side so that comparison wise it will be easy. Okay, so X is equal to time, X is equal to time, Y is equal to total bill, Y is equal to total bill, data is equal to DF. Let's keep this one also here. data is equal to df, data is equal to df. Okay, and here hue is equal to sex, here hue is equal to gender, same. Now only difference is here bars, here box. Now what are the values you are going to receive? Okay, let us remove the hue. For the first time, let us remove the hue and let us observe without hue. Now you are going to get the within the time is dinner and lunch, you are going to get the some dots like this. Okay, if you don't write kind is equal to also, I'm not writing the kind is equal to also. Without kind, what I'm going to get? Dots. This side and this side, I'm going to get the dots, right? Now, after the dots, if I write here, kind is equal to bar, means what it is going to do? This every point will be converted as one bar. One point will be converted as one bar. Now, here when I write here box plot, that is kind is equal to box. Now, what it is going to have means using these points, exclusively only these points, it is calculating the box plot. That is box plot of this data. That is for this entire data, what is the minimum value, Q1 value, Q2 value, Q3 value, and maximum value along with the outliers. It is adding the box plot like this. Separate box plot for the dinner, separate box plot for the lunch. Is the point is clear? Now within that, again, if you take here hue is equal to gender, it is separating two bar plots. And here if you write hue is equal to gender, it is going to separate the two box plots like this for two different categories. Within the dinner, again for the male, again for the. So sir, what is this box plot? Could you explain in a simple words? Very simple. This one, first one. What is the box plot of this one? Means it is considering df of time is equal to df of time, it is equal to dinner. Okay, condition one. How to read the plots? By only seeing the plots. Yes, just I'm going to explain that one. 1 minute. Okay, df of time is equal to dinner, and df of along with the gender is equal to female. Okay, now df of time is equal to dinner and df of gender is equal to female, means what it is going to do? It is going to separate all the records of exclusively dinner with female data. Now you are going to get a data frame like this. One data frame you will get, right? Where total bill, tip amount, gender, and time, all these things you are going to get. Only difference is in the gender you will have only female data, in the time you will have the dinner data, but you will get the entire data frame. Can't we apply the box plot for this particular column in this data frame? In this data frame, if I apply the box plot only for this, exclusively only for this, so which is having of female with dinner for the total bill box plot. Dinner with male, this is the box plot. Lunch with female, this is the box plot. Lunch with males, this is the box plot of the total bill. Now, what is the advantage of doing this one? Now, from the plot, what we are going to understand? Their minimum values, their median values, and minimum values. Minimum, maximum, and median. Comparison between these three, we are going to use the box plots. Using the box plots, wherever the multiple box plots comes into picture, remember, we want to compare their minimum values or their maximum values along with the median values. When you want to compare these, then in that case, we are going to create the multiple box plots. Now, using these multiple box plots, what you are going to observe means during the lunch, during the dinner with the females, you are having the minimum value. Now, as I've told you, when you want to create an offer, you have to satisfy multiple things. Now, whoever the person is going to create an offer, he is going to create an offer for females during the lunchtime or dinner time? Lunchtime or dinner time? In the lunchtime, when compared to lunch, you are having the dinner of still minimum value. That too for the females. So for the females, we are going to identify dinner time. Okay. Category is females. Second one is dinner time. On which day? Day wise. Which day we have to go on the day wise, miss? Compare even day wise. Instead of going with the time, now you go with the day wise. Now, so tell me which day you are having the least values. Saturday you are having the least values. So they are going to go with the, in that way, what are the observations they have made, and using all the observations, finally they'll come with a offer on which day, which time, for which category people we have to give the offers in order to improve our sales. So here in the data frame, tell me guys, I will ask you a simple question, simple and also silly question. I cannot give the multiple offers. I can give only one offer. Anything is okay, but one offer I can give. On first question is, for which people I have to give? Which category people? Gender, male or female, or both I have to give. Question one. For smokers or non-smokers. For on which day I have to give, on which time I have to give. So if you tell me, sir, only for the females, that too non-smokers on Friday at dinner time, give the offer. So then I'm going to give on the Friday dinner time. I will have some kind of special offer. Today's is ladies special, or only the females with non-smokers, you are going to get a additional advantage. Sir, how you can say non-smokers, smokers, how you can differentiate them in the restaurant? Then it is going to be a problem, miss. I'm going to keep that healthy day, the name as healthy day. The people who are not smoking for one day, I'm going to give additional discount. Some innovative ideas we are going to try. The name will keep as healthy day, or we are going to take the support of NGOs. Sir, we are going to run some kind of special offers, particularly for non-smokers, in order to stop the smoking from our end, at least for one day. Not even one day, for that particular period of time. Okay. If you don't do the smoking during this time, what are the lunch, then dinner time or lunch time? At that time, if you're not smoking, and then you are going to get a special offer. Is the points are clear? Now the restaurant owner will ask, hey guys, if you say on Monday you give this offer, on Tuesday you give this offer, means multiple offers. If you ask, means he will say that, should I close my company? So instead of that, you have to select any particular one, means we are going to observe multiple things, and after overall observation, we are going to give the on which time and which date. I mean, for which type of people you have to give the offer. He will select the offer. Buy one get one, or buy two get one, or more than 500 you'll get this much. That will be decided by the company owner based on his expenditure and his profit percentage. But I can give the suggestion on which time you have to give the offer in order to get the more amount of sales. So now we are going to apply the cat plot like this. And what is the cat plot? Cat plot means by default you are going to get the scatter. Whether it is rel plot or cat plot, both of them scatter. Now what is the difference between the rel plot versus cat plot? In the rel plot, your x-axis, what are the x-axis is then? X-axis should be continuous variable. And in the cat plot, your x-axis should be, what are the x-axis is there? The x-axis should be discrete variable. Y-axis, in this case, y-axis should be the continuous. In this case also, y-axis should be continuous. So one continuous variable, one discrete variable. Which type of plot you are going to apply? Miss bar plot. And here by default in the both the cases, you'll get the scatter. In this case also you'll get scatter. In this case also you'll get the scatter. Only difference is the scatter plot will be looking like this. In this case, the scatter plot will look like this because category wise scatter plot will be there. Because x-axis is discrete variable now. Discrete variable means separate. Each category will be separated. There will be no connection between the categories. Categories will be separated like this. Now you are going to combine them by using the line plot. You are going to use them by using the bar plots. Here you can use the kind is equal to line. Here you have to use the kind is equal to either your choice in terms of bar or box. Generally, one continuous, one discrete is there, miss, or one continuous with two discrete also, bar plot only. How, sir? Q is equal to x-axis, y-axis. Third variable is going to be hue. Directly we can't apply hue by using the hue. Is the points are clear? Like this, we are going to create the multiple plots in the Seaborn. Anyone has any questions in the data analytics using Python? Now, some of the students are asking few questions. I mean, they want the doubts to be cleared or something. They are having internally some doubts. So what we are going to do is tomorrow we are having the exclusively doubt clearance session to ask what are the doubts. Complete entire data analytics project with Python. I'm going to share you one assignment, one data set for you. Practice on that. And while doing the analysis, you have to create the multiple questions and you try to complete. While completing, first in your mind, for example, you are unable to frame the question. Assume that is your problem. Write that one on in the notes. What are the problems you are having? Write that one in the notes. Tomorrow you bring all your problems. Tomorrow we are going to have the complete doubt clearance session for both offline and online students. Ask what are the doubts you are having. The more amount of doubts or more amount of problems you solve them, automatically you will become better person. Every person will get the problem, but we should know how to solve them. Every person in the real life during the project, not only the project, in the normal times also, every person will get the problem. Without any problem, who will be there? Including Ambani also will get the problems. Okay, our level problems are one type of level, means his problems will be another level. Okay, every person will get the problem, but we should know how to solve them. How to solve any problem. Yeah, that is might be a real life problem, that might be a project problem, anything. To solve them, what we required is first we should know what is exact problem. When we don't know the exact problem, we never can solve. So doctor also, when they identify exactly what is the health problem, they can give the perfect medicine. Without knowing the exact health problem, what are the medicines you take, never it can be resolved. Is the point is clear? So I find that correctly exactly the health problem where exactly that problem is available. Once you identify, everything will be normal. Is the point is clear, guys? Done. If anyone has any questions, you can ask. Bars paina. Black line. అవును. ఓకే, మీరు అనేది ఇక్కడ ఇక్కడ ఏదైతే హిస్టోగ్రామ్ కి ఇక్కడ నెంబర్స్ అనేది దాన్ని డైరెక్ట్ గా నెంబర్స్ తో చూడాలనుకుంటున్నారు. అది డిస్ట్రిబ్యూషన్ ప్లాట్ ని మనం ఇందులో పవర్ బిలో చూడొచ్చు. ఇక్కడ కూడా యాడ్ చేయొచ్చు కానీ బ్యాచెస్ ని యాడ్ చేయాలి. దానికంటే మనం పవర్ బిలో ఇంకా ఈజీగా వస్తుంది. ఓకే, డన్ గైస్. Just make sure that please write all your questions by tomorrow and please come with the questions. Even you write this question also in that for the tomorrow's class we'll discuss. Okay, done. Tomorrow we'll have the doubt clearance session. And from day after tomorrow, we'll start the Power BI. Friday's class. Last Friday, some students has told that recording was missing or something, some problem. Guys, if anyone has any question on the Friday's class, please ask what are the question you are having. I assume that Friday we have discussed. What are the Friday we have discussed? Yes, Manjari is asking, sir, I have problem, sir. When we check the data or consider one column skewness, if it is right skew, and we convert into normal distribution by applying some methods. After that, if we check the graph, it will not show in the normal distribution. How to deal that? No, 100% after converting and that column has given the skewness less than miss, in the plot also it has to give a normal distribution only. Manjari, exactly to be more precise, you have to share the data. Which are the data you are facing this kind of problem? Share me the data. Share to my mail ID. Tomorrow in the class, I will, of course, once you share it to me now, I'm going to download that one. In the tomorrow's class, I'll show you the answer. Anyways, tomorrow is doubt clearance session now. You want immediately resolve miss? Connect with the mentor once. Yeah. What are the question you are asking? By measuring the skewness, it is converted into the, when you have converted this one, it is the skewness value was brought to between -1 to +1, which is normal distribution. But when we are applying the plot, it is not in the normal distribution. That is the one which you want to say, right? Yeah, that type of problem will not be there generally. If you are getting that type of problem in your data set, share me the data set. 99.99, not 99, 100% it will not be there. 100% it is not possible. Just share me your data. Right? Coming to the Friday's class recording not available. Can I get the last batch same recording? Sunil or Mr. Ray, what are the Friday you are having the some kind of problem with the recording? Please ask what are the question. I think you have attended the class. Yes or no first? Sunil Yadav and along with that Mr. Ray. Oh, you have not even attended the class. You are leave on that day. Done. So let me check any possibility of recording is available. If it is not available, we will discuss with the students, and if multiple students are there, I will repeat that same topic. If one or two students are there, then I will explain in a overview for you guys separately. Okay. Sunil, we'll sort out this problem in the tomorrow's class. 100% we'll sort out. Right? Done. Others, you can leave. If no questions, you can leave. Try to complete the entire data analytics project using the Python.
And we described that method here inside and that we described box plot or bar plot. That and then will be very but it is not fixed. Today you share that and we can apply.
Box plot is a univariate.
But multiple box plot is not univariate.
Multiple box plots is possible only for categorical variable now. But box plot can be applied only on the continuous variable. Just a minute, I will tell you clearly.